Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel Vertex MrRoy. Today we are doing past paper 2010 all the variants of Add.Maths CAIE 4037. I have selected all the questions from 2010 variant. We are having less questions in that because the variant started in 2010. Okay, let's start. Just one thing, just remember this: what normally asked in the paper, simple thing like midpoint distance, formula, equation of a line, perpendicular, like gradient, parallel lines gradient. But sometimes they ask very typical question, just one part that will lose your marks. Okay, so don't worry about it. Just start it. I'm not doing all the questions. Like I will explain this how to do, and then you can try yourself. Find the coordinates of the point of intersection of the curve. This curve and the straight line this. Normally when we require to find the intersection, it means we have to use like simultaneous equation. We have to substitute the value. From this equation, what you can do? From this equation, y is equals to minus 4x and minus 1. We can substitute this value in this equation. So y square means minus 4x minus 1 whole square plus y is minus 4x minus 1 and then is equals to 10x and minus 8x squared. Okay, one thing, like there is no problem in this question. You can use the perfect square formula, but one thing just I want to write here. Whenever you have a plus b whole squared, sometimes the key points are required to explain. This will definitely help you. Okay, this is the normal formula. But what will happen when you have minus a and plus b whole square? So for this purpose, it's better to write b minus a whole square, and then you can expand b squared minus 2abn plus a squared. But what will happen when we have both the negative sign? So please do not uh, have any problem. Just very simple method. Whenever you have minus a and minus b, same thing as here, minus 4x and minus 1. This is minus 4x. Yeah. What you have to do? Just make it positive. Don't worry and make it positive and use the formula. Which one? This formula. So what you will write here? You will write 4x plus 1 whole square. I mean, now there is no problem to expand because both are positive. So now you can write 16x squared. I'm using formula plus 2ab means 4 times 2 is 8x and plus 1 minus 4x minus 1 is equals to 10x and minus 8x squared. 8x squared you can shift in left hand side, assemble the equation. You will have a quadratic equation. Then you can use the factorization method or the quadratic formula to find the coordinates. Two coordinates you will have. And what's required? And straight line. Find the point of intersection is very simple. Okay, you can like when you do simultaneous, you can get the answer. This is one example of simultaneous equation. Okay, this is the important question. Like we have a diagram, everything is given here. Let's see what's happening here. Okay, first of all, just observe before reading the question. Let's just observe these two lines are parallel. These two lines are parallel, and these two lines are perpendicular. These two lines are perpendicular. So, what's the property like before reading this question? The gradient m1 and this is m2 and this is m3. What's the relation you can observe from here? That m1 is equals to m2 because of the parallel lines. But one thing, m1 and m1 is equals to, like there are two properties, m1 multiplied by m3 is minus 1, or normally you can write m1 is the reciprocal of like this. This is perpendicular lines. Okay, what they asked here, like all the diagram shows the quadrilateral a b c d. Okay, one more thing here, very important here. uh, Please, this line AD is parallel to which axis? Y-axis. Remember, here's given. The line AD is parallel to Y-axis and the line CD is parallel to BA. Okay, that's here. And we need to find, okay, these are the first requirement, the equation of the line CD. This line equation is required. This line equation is required. Okay. Now, what I was telling you that when we have a line parallel to y-axis, all the coordinates of the x will be same. Like this is 1, 4. If I'm talking about this point here, like here, this point, this will be 1, 0. Why? When a line is parallel to y-axis, all the values of x will be same, 1, 0, and when we move to coordinate d, this will be 1, comma y. So that's very important thing. We have a number of questions. A line is parallel to x-axis or parallel to y-axis. So when line is parallel to y-axis, x will be same, and when a line is parallel to x-axis, all the values of y will be same. Okay, so let's start. We have one more thing on x-axis. You can see my videos like current geometry explanation, everything. Then on x-axis, like what we write, x comma y is always 0 here. So we have all the A, B, C is here, D is here, all the coordinates are given, and we can work like equation of CD is required. This equation, when we require the equation of CD, what we need? We need M2 gradient, and M2 we can find here from M1 because we have done this. M1 is equals to M2. So what is the gradient of M1? I'm writing here. Okay, let's see. The gradient M1 is coming 5 2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. 5 minus 4 is 1. 6 minus 1 is 5. Okay, gradient is coming this. So this gradient will be also 1 upon 5. Okay. But okay, I'm writing also the gradient here. What's the gradient here? M3 is perpendicular. This is minus 5. Normally, when the gradient is 2 upon 3, the perpendicular gradient will be minus 3 upon 2. We have to reciprocal and change the sign. So this is basically 5 upon 1, but I'm not writing 1. This is only 5. Okay, gradient is given. Okay, now, and do we have any coordinate here? Like when we need to find the equation of CD, we need one coordinate and there is no coordinate. Like x0 means x is missing, 1y means y is missing. So how can we calculate for this purpose? Because of this 5 marks question, we have to find the equation of BC first. Gradient is okay. Can you find the equation of BC? Okay. Equation of BC, like there are two methods. We can use a gradient like this one and this one. I would like to use the easy method. Okay. Equation of BC is very simple to find because the gradient is given. I'm writing it. Equation of BC is y minus y1 is 5. Gradient is minus 5, x minus 6. Okay, this is the equation. Like you can assemble this, minus 5x minus minus is plus, 6 5 is 30, 30 plus 5 is 35. I'm writing the direct answer. Okay, this is the equation of BC. The equation of BC, where BC is passing through C and C, x and y is 0. So I write 0 here because remember, this line is passing through x comma 0. So I can substitute the values. Y is 0. So now, what's the value of x? X is coming minus 35 divided by 5 is coming minus 7. Something is wrong. Minus is plus. Minus, okay, this is minus 5x. This is minus 5x. So this will become plus because negative is not possible. You can see positive. Okay. So when x is coming 7 means the coordinates of D are 7 comma 0. Okay, we know the coordinates. Can you find the equation of CD now? Or it's very simple. Equation of CD will be y. I'm solving here. Here equation, the first part, equation of CD. Because maths required a lot of time to solve, so that's why I'm just making 2010 video. Not all the questions together. Make one by one. Y minus y1 means this y1 is like this 7 0. Y minus 0 is equals to gradient is this line, gradient M2 is 1 upon 5 and x minus 7. What I'm using here, I'm using gradient 1 upon 5 and the coordinate of D 7 comma 0. Okay. Now y is equals to 1 upon 5x. I'm writing that 5 y is equals to x minus 7 and we have done. It's not necessary all the time to make y as a subject. Is okay. You can write the equation like this and add maths. Area of the quadrilateral ABCD. A is given, A is given, B is given, C is given because C is 70. What we need D. For D, what we have to do? I'm just explaining because when we have the value of D, we can use the area of the formula. Which formula? Remember, area of the formula is 1 upon 2, x1 y1, x2 y2, x3 y3, x4 y4, and then again x1 y1. For this like calculation, this how we can do the calculation. You have to see my video. You can please watch that video. Just multiply here, this here, this here, this here. Then we have to use minus sign and this multiply with like this. So like target is what? This how we can get the coordinate of d. D, the y is 1, or x is 1 and y is y. So this, do we have the equation of CD? Yes, equation of CD is here. So what I will do for second part to find the coordinates of D, what we write? Sorry, this is D 1y and this is not D, this is not D, this is C. So 1y, I will substitute this value in this equation. 5y is equals to x is 1 minus 7, y is equals to minus 6 upon 5, and that's your value of y. So now d coordinates are 1 comma minus 6 upon 5, and that's in decimal. Be careful because we need some calculation. Now all the coordinates you can substitute here in this formula and do the calculation. And if you don't understand how to apply the area of formula method, you can watch my video in the playlist, this area of closed figure. Next question is about next question is June 2010, sorry, November 10, paper 23, question number 7. This question is simple. The line this meets the curve this at point A and B. Find the length of the AB. Length means distance formula we have to apply, and distance formula is what we need: x2 minus x1 whole square plus y2 minus y1 whole square. Actually, in this part, 7 marks question is just your like it's very simple thing. This distance formula we have to use, but be careful. There are possibility of having mistake. So what we have to do, this equation y, you can substitute the value here in this, and simultaneous equation you can have like two coordinates a and b, and then you can use the distance formula. There is no problem with this question. Even we have the same type of question in the next year. You can see here. This is the equation and the curve is this, intersecting these two lines at point A and B. Find the length of AB. The same thing, the same type, like repeating this question the same year with different variant. Okay, this question is one of the good question. I'm also having 2011 question for you. Get ready. Okay, this question is last question of 2010. The diagram is given. Again, same thing. Before reading the question, just observe the in the diagram what are the things are given. Like we have a 90-degree here. That means a perpendicular line. Okay. Okay. This is here. This is perpendicular. It means the gradient of this line, when we have the line gradient here m1, this line gradient of BC and gradient of this line m2, was the relation the m1 multiplied by m2 is equals to -1, or even you can write m1 is equals to 1 minus 1 upon m2, the reciprocal with negative sign. And one more thing here, this is given perpendicular bisector. Okay, the coordinates are given. AD is parallel, this part again please, this AD is parallel to x-axis. AD is parallel to x-axis means if when a line is parallel to x-axis, all the values of y will be same. -1, 5 means this d will be x comma 5. This is very important thing I have discussed in the last question. When a line is parallel to y-axis, all the value will be x will be same. When a line is parallel to x-axis, all the value of y will be same. Okay, we got the coordinate x comma 5. One thing. Second thing here, the perpendicular bisector of BC passes through D. BC perpendicular. It means this passes through it. This we see this perpendicular line. It means this is the midpoint. This is the midpoint. What are the coordinates? 4 minus 2 is 2 upon 2 is 1, and 6 plus 10 is 16 upon 2 is 8. So these are the coordinates of this point. We can suppose the midpoint, capital M, we can write. Okay. Now this coordinate is also given, A is given, B is given, C is given, missing is only D, because we need to find the area of, area means what we need. Again, the formula, I have told you this, we have to use this formula, x1 y1, x2 y2, x3 y3, x4 y4, and again x1 y1. So it means A, B, C, D, and again A. What we need, target is coordinate D. Okay, to find the coordinates of the D in 8 marks question, be careful, we require so many things. Midpoint we have done, coordinates of D, x is required in D. Target is what? If we know the equation of this line, then we can substitute the value here, x and y5, we can get the answer of D coordinates, and we can substitute the value in the area formula. But one thing, to find D, we should know the gradient of M2, like gradient of this line should be given. So if this gradient is not given, it means we can find M2 by using this gradient. So it means now everything is very simple. Step number 1, we have to find the gradient of VC. What's the gradient? M1. M1 is 10 minus 6 is 4 upon 2 is 2. Sorry, 10 minus 6 is 4 divided by 4 minus 2 is plus 2 is 6 is 2 upon 3. So it means the M2 is coming minus 3 upon 2. We know the gradient now. Gradient is done. Gradient is done. Okay. Now, if I want to find the equation of this line, equation of this perpendicular bisector, what I need? I need gradient M2 and a coordinate. Okay, the coordinate is also given 1 and 8. Can you find the equation of this line? It's very simple. Y minus 8 is equals to M x minus 1. By this way, you can find the equation. When you have the equation, like I'm solving, okay, 2 is 2y minus 16. Little bit I'm solving just to explain. Minus 3x, better to do, and minus is plus 3. When we assemble the equation, put the value, put the value of this here, and you can get the value of x. Like when you assemble this, assemble 2y is equals to minus 3x and minus 16 plus is plus 19. Put this value, y is 5, x is x, and you can get the value of x like after solving this. Then whatever the value of x is coming, you can this will be the coordinates of D, x and 0, x and 5. All the values of this like a, b, and c, a, b, c, you can substitute the value here in the formula, and you can get the area of the this closed figure, that is quadrilateral. So by this way, we have done year 2010, all the questions of Add.Maths variant, different variant, all the variant. If you think this video is useful for you, please like my video, subscribe my channel, share with your friends, especially the juniors, like so that they can understand. Because if you understand this, what are the questions in the examination, then you can work like how we can work with the Add.Maths book. Because normally in Add.Maths book, we are having so many difficult questions and student thinks this chapter is very difficult. You can see this 1 year, the complete variant 2010, in that year, you can find so many things which are some things are very simple and something like parallel to x-axis, parallel to y-axis, midpoint. So thank you so much, and I hope that you like my video. Thank you so much and have a nice day.